Where I come from is Polokwane. It's a small, unique little town. Oh, now it's actually a city. It's the capital city of Limpopo in the northern region. It was interesting to see the dynamics of living in a township where there's only black people, and then, you know, we moved to an area where now you have tennis courts and swimming pools and bigger spaces, better schools. And then I moved to Pretoria, then Johannesburg. When I was about 19 years old, just around about that age, I moved to UK, to London, because London was a place where, you know, it's the capital city of music, in electronic music in some ways, that there's a lot of energy there, there's a lot of producers and people that are really curious. There was always this curiosity about music, about culture, about what's happening in the world. So yeah, London was a really a place, the hub of music, and I just felt that it was calling. And after a few years, then it became Paris. So now I've been here for some time, and there's something about Paris. I'm always trying to kind of move to New York or Tokyo or anywhere in the world to experience something new. But, you know, Paris just keeps on, you know, being magnetic. So that DJ set is basically kind of a bit of my story of how, you know, African music influenced electronic music. You know, for me, I was young, I had a rhythm, you know, playing in a worshiping place. And then that same rhythm is still playing now in electronic music, you know. It's still the same thing. It's the roots of African spirituality in electronic dance music. That Paris is the center of world music, where you have all these people from all these African, French, ex-French colonies that come to Paris and live here. So I'm a very curious person. I'm interested in underground music and commercial, the deep, the nightclub, everything, the whole spectrum. I'd like to see how music brings people together and, you know, break boundaries. In my party, Globalisto, it's always about challenging those boundaries. That interaction of music always makes people much more sensitive towards another culture. When you start to know your culture, know your history, you become much more proud of who you are. You know, when you know other people's culture, you start to understand them much more, and you're proud. You know, you really appreciate what they have. You're influenced by everything, by people around you, by your parents, your brothers and sisters, and your friends. So your environment, it's impossible that it cannot have an influence. So being in South Africa, that has hugely shaped my view on music. Being in London has, being in Paris has, and what I always try to do is bring these experiences together and melt and share.